We are buying a car from AutoAlex. It may be the worst decision DriveTribe has ever made. He and it should be over there somewhere. The MGF was seen as a Mark II MX-5 rival back in the day. It's a rear-engined, rear-wheel drive, manual British sports car. A cool little recipe. So, can we get this one back out on the road? Alex, am I making the biggest mistake I've ever made?
Well, you make a lot of mistakes, but this definitely is not one of the biggest.
So this is a proper barn find. This is a barn find MGF. There's probably no other barn find MGFs.
No,
but
hopefully not.
Tell me about her. The story.
So I've had this for maybe 3 or 4 months now. And the way I got this, I actually got a message from a young lad called Alex, whose father sadly passed away. He had 5 cars and a trailer stored in a barn, and they just needed to get rid of the cars. So I made them an offer. We all went down there with, I think, 3 trailers, a big beaver tail and another trailer.
So this was alongside, was it an S600?
S600, there was a VW Transporter, there was a Daimler V8.
Yes, the 250.
And there was something else. There was a Range Rover which was somewhere in Wales.
Okay, so are they all sold? Is this the final one to go? Or
this is, no, I've still got the S600. The reason I've got the S600, Mike, is because we lost the key. And I can't actually get into the vehicle at the moment. So yeah, it runs, it drives, it needs just a little bit of a
You need to find someone really dodgy who can sort you out with an ignition and stuff.
Yes, and then someone even dodgier to buy it.
Sure. So, I mean, when I did see this come up in your video, I thought, I'm going to drop him a text because I might fancy that.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of an MG Rover man.
You are mental.
But this one looked particularly special initially because of the badge and with it, the reg, R1 MGF. Now, I would be the same. You guys were quite excited to look in the back of this because it could have had an R1 engine. But
alas, no.
no.
Alas, no. But yeah, this is the first car that we actually looked at. We opened, put a jump pack on it, coaxed it into life, and then actually drove it out of the unit on, drove it out of the barn on flat tyres and everything. But she ran sweet as a nut, mate.
Yeah, so the main things with these is hydroelastic suspension at the rear. It's clearly been pumped up.
Here, at Tom Lenthal Limited.
And it's leading a bit. It's doing this, but I think it might just be because of the flat tyre.
We'll go with that.
But I will pump that up and check, because that can be quite expensive if that's gone wrong.
But we've done a deal, Mike, so
of course.
It's out of my hands.
Looks like I need some rear tyres.
Yep.
The roof looks good.
It does, yeah.
This looks solid.
She's a beaut, Mike, she's a beaut.
It's a 500 quid car all day.
But you are paying 600 quid.
We have agreed 600
We have indeed. We have. And Mike's twisted my arm. I am actually going to give you the personalised number plate. Arguably, the personalised number plate is worth more than the vehicle.
If you were organised enough, you could have done all the paperwork and got this on a bit of paper and you could sell it for loads. But I agree, I think that is worth more than this.
Yes. But this is your new motor.
Yeah, tan interior, blue. That'll come up nice once we polish it.
Yep.
There's a lot of fingerprints. I'm doing a proper Mike Brew here. A lot of fingerprints here, which means I imagine the battery's gone dead a couple of times.
Oh yeah, well it's non-existent, Mike. Yeah.
K-series. There's the whole head gasket thing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure this one's okay. You've had it running.
Oh, had it running.
No milk, no scum in the oil cap.
Nah, we don't worry about that.
Have you even checked that?
We don't worry about that.
That's like the thing to check on.
There's just lots of hay and lots of crap here, so...
Well, I quite like, I've had a look down here.
Yep.
You can actually see some bits of hay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is genuine barn find. People put barn find. This is an actual barn find.
Yeah. Johnny Smith doesn't know what a barn find is. He needs to watch your episode.
Let's have a look inside. Tan interior.
Yeah.
Step right in.
Oh, this is a bit of you, Mike.
I tell you what.
Look at you go.
Genuinely, I'm a big Do you like MG Rovers?
No, I think they're crap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that because you were old enough that you knew them when they were new and then, you know, you're kind of a bit depressed when you look at them? This was fresh out of the box.
Not far off, actually, not far off.
So it's sort of half tan interior.
And can I draw your attention, Mike, to the mileage?
Holy crap.
Holy crap.
You didn't tell me that.
No, I didn't.
I didn't know any of that.
Do you know what? I didn't know until I just looked as well.
Under 69,000 miles, 68.7.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You're being very kind today.
I am, but there is a caveat.
I was going to say, what is this leading to?
Well, Okay, so you're going to be paying me 600 quid.
I am.
We have a mutual friend, Mr. Tom Lenthal,
Yes.
from Tom Lenthal Limited over there. Recently, he lost one of his best friends, a lady called Emma. He has built a Jaguar XJC, which is over
Beautiful
there.
red
Beautiful red one. And he is going to be auctioning that car off at the end of the year. Any profits will go to Emma's charity, which is the RNLI. There is a Just Giving page as well. So, Mike, I would like you to give all that 600 quid to the Just Giving page so we can so we can kind of launch it with a bang.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Deal. I'll tell you what we'll do. I've been given a 1,500 quid budget to get this car nice back out on the road.
Yeah.
Any money that we don't spend, we'll put into the Just Giving. And, you know, we'll get all our partners on board, so we get loads of stuff for free, sell it, and then, anything we haven't spent, RNLI. Deal?
Sounds like a deal. Right.
Sounds good. Cheers, Alex.
Happy
That's
days.
one car that you finally sold. How many cars do you own right now? Is there a number?
It's in the 30s.
It's in the...
Yeah. Just please don't.
And
Just
what,
please
there's like
don't.
3 or 4, even just in this car
They're
park
just
here.
knocking about.
This car park doesn't belong to Alex.
No, it should
3 or
do.
4
Though.
cars.
It really should do. Yeah. But no, it's quite stressful owning that many cars.
Well, do you know what? I've always wanted to own an MGF, so you've made my dream come true.
You need to aim higher, Mike. You really do. For now, though.
V8 R8 incoming.
Hold at your end. You've just bought yourself a very shit MGF.
I never thought I would hear those words with keys being put in my hand. Thank you, Alex.
Fantastic. No. My pleasure. Please get rid of it because it is so crap. So what's the plan now?
Plan now is to take it into Tom Lenthal. He can't get rid of this car.
No.
And get it through an MOT. Because we chatted over the phone. I said £600 as is, or £900 with an MOT. And you were thinking, oh, more money. And then Rory, I was staring right at you and said, take £600 now.
Yeah. However, I could have just paid a man because we all know a man. But I'm not going to do that to you, Mike.
I would be surprised if you did that to me. But, you know,
exactly.
this time I've got away with it. So, we're going to go in, do some stuff, brakes, tyres apparently, some bulbs, and then we're going to... Was that an SL500?
That was.
Very nice. And then, get it through an MOT. And from then, we'll then start modifying it, get this paint, there's loads of scuffs on it and stuff, get it looking really nice, and then sell it on. Quick flip.
Will you take me out in it?
Of course.
All right. Got a shake on that as well.
You buy a car from AutoAlex for £600, will it start? Considering all the fingerprints on the bonnet, I'm going to say yes. I'm actually quite confident. Here we go. First catch! I barely had to turn over. That little K-Series thrumming away. The smell in here. That is NG Rover. Right, let's get it into Tom Lenthal's and ruin Tom's day.
No, dead.
So the MG did start, but then cameraman Matt wanted another startup to get a little shot of the exhaust starting. And now, the ignition goes on. Then there was like this sort of weird thud that happened. And now, absolutely nothing. I think the starter motor just popped. Of course it did. Good. Reese, I gather you're a bit of a rover man. What do you think of my MGF?
To be fair, considering how long it's been parked up for, it's actually in really good condition.
Yeah, so it's been sitting in your car park here.
It's been sitting in the car
months,
park, It's been sat in storage before Alex bought it. For the amount of time it's been stood, I would actually say you've bought quite a half-decent car.
That's what kind of annoys me. It's been a barn find, but then it's then sat outside. So does it count as a barn find anymore, or is it just another soggy UK classic?
I think it's still a barn find. It hasn't been MOT since the barn, so...
So, the latest news, I reckon the starter motor went literally 10 yards from your door.
Yeah.
So what happened was I went to start it, started up beautifully,
Yeah.
sprang into life, and then went to go do it again about 30 seconds later, and there was this thud. It went like, doof.
I'm just wondering if where the car's been parked up for so long, there may be a little bit of corrosion inside the starter motor and it's just wedged itself in the open position. So when we get it up in the air, we'll give it a light tap. We'll see if we can spring it back into life.
Well, my aim is to have this car MOT'd by the end of play tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be doable.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll fly around the car. I know you've had a look and got some parts already, so we'll get stuck into them. But first things first, should we try and get the car started
Just
again?
want to make sure the engine's okay and it is a starter motor, and then after we found out it's a starter motor, then we'll proceed with all the rest of the parts.
So either thump it with a hammer or new starter motor.
Yeah.
Let's get going on Project R1. That's what I'm going to call it.
Project R1, I like that.
Right, Reece, are you thumping and I'll give it a go?
I'm going to give the starter motor a thump with my bar.
Okay, tell me when.
And then when I say, if you hold the key on to crank,
Yep.
and we'll see what happens. Right, you ready?
Yep. No.
That's not even trying.
No.
Right, okay then.
Next port of call?
I'll have a look at the connections, the wires that are going to it, just to make sure that they're not loose or corroded or anything like that. Okay.
Come on, little K-Series. You want to fire. You're one of my favourite little 4-cylinder engines. It doesn't matter what people say about you. You're a cracking little motor. Revy, you could do this.
I'm just trying to work it back and forth to see if it will clean the connector. Right, I'll give that a try.
Okay, so either now, wiring, or new starter motor.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, good to go?
Yep.
K-Series! So it was just...
I'm sure, I knew it was something simple.
Okay, so what we can maybe do with cleaning them up fully now.
Yeah, we'll take off the main power wire, we'll take off the igniter wire, we'll give them a good clean up with the wire wheel. We'll put them back on with some silicone jelly or something.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
The car's been in this garage for 15 minutes. It's back started again. You're the man.
Thank you very much.
Next, we whipped off the cracked rear tyres to get some fresh rubber and then set about sorting the rear indicator bulbs that had flaked and were showing white instead of yellow. We'd bought some fresh horns because it'd been flagged that the horns weren't working.
That's right. When I looked over the car, when I was inside the car, I was pushing the horn button. I could hear the relay clicking, but no sound coming out of the horns.
And what we found was the issue?
Well, I'm going to blame Alex on this one.
They weren't plugged in.
They weren't plugged in.
The horns weren't plugged in. Shall we test if they work?
Yes.
Do you just want to stand right there?
Yeah, I'll
That's
stand
good.
right here.
Just to make sure. I think they work. I think they work. Sorry lads, continue. Next came some fresh wipers before taking a look at this scary one, the rear hydroelastic suspension. When I first saw the car, it was lopsided and I thought, oh no, the hydroelastic suspension is gone, that could be expensive. But this tyre was super flat, but still we've pumped it up and I don't know if you can see it, the car still isn't quite level. It's sagging slightly on this side. So we're gonna pump up the suspension. Reece has got a special pump that plumbs into it. So hopefully this side will come up flush and we'll be back in the game. We should look at this car as a kind of DRIVETRIBE side quest on more DRIVETRIBE. Do you know what? Looking under it, I'm really happy. The whole point in a barn find in the UK is that it's not being on the road, not getting grit and salt up into it, so it stays solid. And you know what? For an MGF, I mean, these corners of the chassis are totally solid. Yes, there's kind of surface corrosion on the subframes and stuff. That's very standard on these cars. There's one bit that worries me that we could do down the line, which is this coolant pipe here. The one thing you do not want to do is run a K-Series without any coolant. So this is looking pretty worse for wear. We don't want that to burst. But I've never had a barn find before. You just come up here, like the mud that's on it is super dry. Sorry, Tom, for mucking up your floor. If you'd like to see the next stage in this project, where we hopefully get it through an MOT, stay tuned for the next video on more DRIVETRIBE. I think this is going to be a fun one.